Hi guys, and welcome along to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel, and welcome to the Big Everton Quiz live. My name is Cameron. I'm sure some of you may know me from the Everton fan channel, The Mighty Blues. I run that fan channel. I'm coming on today to do a little bit of an Everton quiz whilst obviously everybody's in lockdown, whilst we're all quarantining, and I know it's a little bit boring, and I know there's not a lot of stuff to do or talk about, so we thought, you know what, let's do a little bit of a quiz, get everybody together and just answer some general questions surrounding Everton, really. Have a little bit of fun and hopefully lift the spirits and lift the moods of everyone a little bit. So the way this works, it's going to work through the Kahoot app. So what you've got to do is you've got to go and download the Kahoot app. I believe you can go to www.kahoot.it or go on your app store, whether it be the Apple App Store or the Google Play App Store, and download the Kahoot app. You'll then be given a code, which I'll show you in just a second. You'll go on, you'll type that code on, and then you'll be able to start the quiz. So there's going to be 50 questions. The first batch are going to be general knowledge questions. Then we'll move on to kits. So for example, which season was this kit played in? Which season did we play in this kit? We'll then move on to guess who. A couple of the younger players, a couple of the players from academies will go on to a guess who round. Then it'll be career path, so certain players and which career path matches those players. And then it'll be a squad number conundrum as well. So without further ado, I've got the screen up here. We'll shut my face off. You won't see much of my face today. You'll hear my voice, but you won't see much of my face. So we'll shut my face off and we'll go straight over to the Kahoot application. So as you can see there, that is the code to join. If you type it in, it's 752134. So I'll remind everyone constantly throughout the stream as well what the code is in case people join. So it's 752134. If you go onto the Kahoot app or the Kahoot website, you'll be able to type that code in and get involved with the quiz. Obviously, you can see there how many people are playing and how many aren't, so get over there, type the code in. Let's get as many people in the quiz as possible. Get your comments in the live comments as well in the YouTube chat, and we'll get involved. Alex has joined. Welcome, Alex. Falcon Blues TV says, I'm ready, up the effing Toffies. Yeah, it's going to be really, really good. I've had a little look through some of the questions, done a little bit of a practice round before, and you know, some of the questions are really, really good and really, really fun as well. I'm glad there's a couple in there that I know, and I was a bit worried earlier on today that the questions were going to be a little bit focused on maybe before my time, and I was going to be a little bit, confused myself, but there's not. There's a lot in there that I know as well, so it'll be a real test. Few players in there now, getting as many in as possible. We'll leave it on for about 2 or 3 minutes, get as many people in as possible before we actually start the quiz. There'll be a leaderboard, I believe. There'll be all sorts of that as well, so you'll see, obviously, where you're coming and stuff, and I'm sure you'll be keeping your own tallies as well to let me know and let the guys at the Toffee Blues obviously all know at the end of the stream how you're done. So we'll go for another couple of minutes. We've got 8 players currently in here. 9, 10, see if we can get to 15 and then we'll start it. Obviously, like I said, you've got to go onto the Kahoot app. It is working through Kahoot, so you download it at www.kahoot.it or using the Kahoot app. I believe it's available on the App Store or the Google Play Store. You go on there, you download it, you type in the code 752134 and you'll be able to get right involved with the quiz. So why not, without further ado, let's get started, I suppose. Really, there's no point sitting here and listening to me ramble on. I'm sure you've done enough of listening to people ramble on during the period of quarantine. So we'll get started. We'll get started with the questions. I'll be keeping an eye on the software as well, just to make sure all of the questions are in view and you can see everything. So ready to start. Like I said, one more time before we start, 752134 is the code. I'll be your quiz master, if you'd like to call it that, as if I'm on a 90s TV show today. So hopefully you do enjoy it. Obviously, we've got the YouTube comments, so I'll be getting involved with them as well. So let's start. I believe you can join after we've started anyway, so you shouldn't have no problems. So there you go, 50 questions. Are we ready? There may be a little bit of a lag. There may be a little bit of a delay. So there's your first question. Everton signed Lee Carsley from what club in 2002? I believe you'll have 30 seconds for each question. So there you go. Who did Everton sign Lee Carsley from? What club did Lee Carsley join the Mighty Blues from in 2002? Was it Derby County? Was it Coventry City? Was it Manchester City? Or was it Birmingham City? Let's get your answers in. Let's see. 7 answers. Let's see how many people got it right. The answer was Coventry City. 2 people got that one right. I believe 4 people went for Birmingham City. So there you go. Only 1 going for Derby and none going for Manchester City. So there you go. It was Coventry City. So well done to everybody that got that right. Like I said, you can still see the code. You can still see the pin in the bottom left-hand corner there if you are joining us late. So let's see who managed to get that one right. Murph, top of the leaderboard there with 587 points. I forgot to mention as well at the start, the faster you answer the question, the more points you'll get as well. So it's sort of, you know, many people can get the answers correct, but it's who answers it the fastest, really. It's classic pub-style questions, really. So Murph got in it right, and the quickest there, 587, and then Dino with 545. So let's get on to the next question. Bear with me just 2 seconds. There we go. Question number 2, David Moyes managed how many Everton games? So let me just move the screen over there so you can see the first answer. So you've got A, 666, or red. You've got 456. You've got 524 or 518. 3 answers so far. People getting in there quickly. You've got about 10 more seconds to answer that one. How many games did David Moyes manage for Everton Football Club? Should be really, really interesting to see the answers to this one. There you go. The answer is 518. 3 Blues getting that right there. 4 going for 525. 24, sorry, wasn't quite that many. Couple going for 666 and 1 going for 456. So let's see who got that one right. There we go. Come on, you Blues. Everton getting that one right in the quickest time as well. Jumping up to the top of the leaderboard with 917 points. Hazo with 603 points and Alex with 587 as well. The code for the quiz, by the way, if you're joining a little bit late, is 752134. So get that one in the get on the Kahoot app, download the app, get on the website, type that code in, and you'll be able to join the Everton quiz. So moving on to the next question. Who was Marco Silva's first Everton Premier League game against? I know this one personally. I remember it, but I remember where I was watching it. I remember the scoreline. I remember who scored. I remember this one quite fondly. So get your answers in. Only 1 answer so far. 15 seconds to go. Is it Wolves A, Southampton green, or B, West Ham blue, or Bournemouth green? Sorry, Southampton's yellow. That's me and my colour blindness. So Wolves, Southampton, West Ham, or Bournemouth. Here we go, 10 answers, and it was, of course, Wolves. Most people getting that one right there. 8 people going with Wolves, 1 going with West Ham, and 1 going with Southampton. I believe Southampton was his first home game in charge, and we won that game, obviously, after drawing the game against Wolves away from home on the opening day of the season. So let's see who got that one right. Alex, again, jumping to the top, 1,349 points. He got that one right the quickest. Murph also jumping into third, 1,139 points. As you can see there, up 16 places is Owen D. He is the highest climber. Dino also climbing and coming up to 1,052 points as well. I've got 22 people currently in this team. Let's get as many people involved in the quiz. Remember, you can download the Kahoot app, you can use the code, you can get involved. On to the next question. The next question, number 4, is how many American players have played for Everton? Really, really interesting one. That is it A, or red, 2, yellow, 4, blue, 3, or green, 5. 2 answers so far, really, really quickly. Got another 20 odd seconds to go, so get your answers there. How many American players have played for Everton Football Club? Should be really, really interesting to see the answers on this one. I can think of 2 straight off the bat, to be perfectly honest with you. But let's see how many it is. It's 5. There you go. It's 5. 5 people getting that right. The answer was, of course, 5. 4 people going for 4. 4 people going for 3, and 2 people going for 2. But it was 5, of course. I can think of Landon Donovan and Tim Howard, of course. Let me know if I'm missing any of the others in the comment section down below. There will be a little bit of a delay probably, just obviously because we're going through a streaming service and software as well. So best possible way to get involved, like I said, is get over to the Kahoot app, go and download it, go and get the code in, and let's get as many people in as possible. The code is 752134. So on to the next question. That of course was 5. Just before we get on to the next question, Arpat jumps straight up the leaderboard, top of the leaderboard now with 1,473. I'm not going to name who is the highest climber there, but they're up 9 places. On to the next question, number 5. Everton signed Lassina Traore on loan from which club in January 2014? I know this one myself. Is it A, CSK, A, Moscow, B, Monaco, C, Lille, or D, Anzi Mahalhachala? I've probably butchered that, but you know the clubs. Which one of it is it? I know it myself. Get your answers in. You've got about 10 seconds. John says Tim Howard, Joe Maxmore, Brian McBride, Landon Donovan, of course, Howard. Prechy. There you go. There you go. Obviously, the answer there is B, Monaco, or yellow Monaco. Lassina Traore joining on loan. Only playing 1 game for Everton, scoring in that game as well. He was due to play another game, but got injured in the warm-up, so we only ever seen him once. But 8 people getting that one correct there. 3 people going with Anzi, and 1 person going for each Lille and CSK Moscow. So let's see who's at the top of the leaderboard now. It's changing constantly. Alex climbing again with 1,974 points. He is now at the top. Hazer with 1,921 and Murph with 1,681, all climbing the leaderboard. Up 7 places, the highest climber is KH_EFC as well. Bear with me 2 seconds. Jess says the app times you out before the question is asked. I'm not too sure what's going on there with the app. I don't think there's much we can do about that. I think that might be something with the app. I'd say just say re-downloading it, or maybe if you're using the app, go onto the website instead, or vice versa. On to the next question. Number 6, of course, who is the most capped Everton player? So who is the most capped Everton player? You've got A, Neville Southall, B, Tim Howard, C, Tim Cahill, or D, Seamus Coleman. Who is the most capped Everton player? 20 seconds to answer this one. Couple of goalkeepers in there as well. Couple of Everton legends. Well, they're all Everton legends, really, aren't they, if we're being perfectly honest. Just to remind you, if you haven't already, you can download the Kahoot app. Kahoot app, sorry, not Kahoot. You can download the Kahoot app, and you can put in our code 752134. That'll get you straight onto the quiz. There you go. The answer, of course, was Tim Howard, that American goalkeeper that we were talking about just before. 3 people getting that one right. None going for Seamus Coleman. 1 person went for Tim Cahill, and 9 actually went for Neville Southall. So a lot of people losing out on points there. But who got it the fastest? Who climbed to the top of the leaderboard? If anybody, nobody. Alex stays at the top. Dylan moving up to 3rd on 1,873 points, and the highest climber being Joshua, who is up 25 places. So on to the next question. How many goals does Dominic Calvert-Lewin have for Everton? Obviously, Dom's had a fantastic season this season so far. The answers are to choose from: A, 26, B, 30, C, 32, or D, 22. Get your answers, click on your answers, get involved, of course. How many goals does Dominic Calvert-Lewin have for Everton altogether? Obviously, we know he's had a fantastic season thus far this season, but how many goals has he scored in his Everton career? A couple of seconds to go before we find out the answer to this one. 9 people, 11 people jumped up there. It is 32. How many goals does Dominic? I didn't know that was that many, to be perfectly honest with you. 32 goals for Everton. Only one person getting that one right. 6 people going for 26, 2 people going for 30, and 5 people going for 22. But the answer was, of course, 32. Jess says they're both the same. Anyone else having this issue? I'm not too sure then, unfortunately. I'm not too sure. Maybe try resetting it, going off, maybe turning your device off. I'm not too sure. Anyway, on to the next question. Let's get involved before we go on to that one. Alex remains top. Alex sitting right comfortably at the top here. Dave S climbs to 4th with 1,737 points. Remember to get involved if you're not already. Question number 8. Nigel Martyn has how many clean sheets for Everton? How many clean sheets did Nigel Martyn manage to get in his Everton career? Was it A, 36, B, 29, C, 45, or D, 43? How many clean sheets did Nigel Martyn? Absolutely love Nigel Martyn at Everton. He was the goalkeeper I grew up watching just before Tim Howard come. I had him in the back of my shirt. I had all the kits. I absolutely loved him, to be perfectly honest with you. How many clean sheets did he keep for Everton? The answer is A, 36, of course. 4 people getting that one right. 5 people going with 45. 2 going with 29 and 4 going with 43. But 4 people getting that right. It is, of course, 36. Like I said before, if you want to get involved, don't forget to download the Kahoot app or go over to the Kahoot website and enter the code, enter the PIN 752134. Let's see who has jumped to the top of the leaderboard. If anybody after that, there has been movement. Murph has jumped up. He is now on 2,198 points. Owen D just below him there on 1,987. We've then got the highest climber, which is again KH_EFC, up 5 places. Anybody else having this issue, because we can do a restart if needed and make the questions longer. There you go. Let us know if there's anybody else having the issue. We can do the restart. I only have to be asked, and we'll get that done. But for now, we'll continue, just in case, you know, we're going to. So, on to the next question. Anyway, number 9, I believe it is. Number 9 of 50. Who has the most Premier League appearances for Everton? There you go. So, not just overall appearances, Premier League appearances for Everton. Is it A, Darren Gibson, B, Umar Niasse, C, Brian Oviedo, or D, Mo Besic? So, out of those players, who has the most Premier League appearances for Everton? Got about 10 seconds to answer this one. Few people seeming to be having the issue and asking us to restart. We can restart if needed. So let us know. That answer, that one, of course, is Darren Gibson. A, Darren Gibson. 4 people getting that one right. 2 people going with Brian Oviedo. 1 person going with Umar Niasse. And 1 person going with Mo Besic as well. Let's see who's climbed the leaderboard after that one. So Owen D, again diving to the top with 2,694 points. Hazo coming in second there with 2,454 points. Dylan in third with 2,383 points. And Arpat coming in 5th with 2,120. We'll try and do a restart because the app, I believe, is having a little bit of trouble. So we'll try and do a restart. I think we'll probably restart the entire stream. Just to double check with Johnny's in the live comments, is that what we're going to do? We'll do a restart. We'll try and make the questions a little bit longer, and therefore hopefully sort out the issues with the timing out and the app not working properly. So we'll end the quiz there. We will restart it. We aren't going anywhere. We'll be back in just a second. Can you quit the game a second so we can do the editing? Yeah, no problem whatsoever. And then we'll be back to do the restart. Owen D winning that one so far, getting 4 out of 50, but obviously it wasn't the full quiz, so don't take all the credit as yet. Owen, we'll see how you do when we restart the quiz. So yeah, we're going to do a restart of it, just because I'm aware that, you know, there's a few people that are struggling at the moment to get on the app, and there's a couple of issues with the application as well. So we'll do a restart. We'll try and make the questions a little bit longer, and we'll hopefully that'll sort the issues out with the timing out on the application and stuff like that. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do at the moment with that, but we'll try and get the quiz restarted, and then hopefully it does resolve those issues. Bear with me just a couple of seconds. Let's try and get this sorted so we can have the full quiz, so it's not, you know, it's not completely out the water. Right, okay, so while we're sorting that, we'll have some general conversation while we're trying to sort that out. Joe says there, Kahoot, Everton and Everton quiz. There you go. It wouldn't be an Everton quiz without something cocking up, would it? And Kahoot have absolutely Everton did there by kicking everybody out and not letting anybody play properly. I suppose in the meantime, while we're waiting, while John is fixing that up, we'll have some general conversation. We'll get involved in the live comments. A lot of people having the same issue with Kahoot. Ben says, great idea, but too much of a delay between questions on time and time on the app. Ability to answer times out just as questions appear. So we will we'll reset them. We'll make them a little bit longer, so there's a little bit more of a time space. Of course, a lot of people seeming to be having the issue as well. Joe says question time feels too short here because of a delay on the live team. We will be upping the question time so it's a little bit longer, of course, so you get more time so it doesn't go off straight away. Monsters need to make them longer. We will be doing that. David says Jerry doesn't have this issue. We have Kahooted off. That's it. Kahooted has done an absolute Everton there, hasn't it, really? Modern Snipe said, has anyone seen Parasite? Just to change the conversation a little bit. I haven't yet, but I believe it's absolutely fantastic. But no, as of yet, I haven't quite seen it. But it's definitely one to look out for if you haven't seen it, and definitely one to watch, of course. So let's try and get this sorted. Everton FC is the best, says I'll join when you fix it, mate. There you go, another person getting involved. If you were on the quiz there, by the way, then don't leave. It's not over. We're not finishing it. We're just going to make the questions a little bit longer so that it just sort of complements the delay a little bit, so that people aren't jumping on and only having a couple of seconds to answer the question. So don't go away. Don't leave us. We will be back up and running in just a couple of minutes time. We're going to make the questions a little bit longer so it's just a little bit easier to answer them, of course. If you've got any questions, if you've got any comments, if you've got anything to get in the live chat, get it in the live chat now, and we'll go through them, and I'll answer as many of them as possible whilst we're doing the background stuff, and then we'll get straight into the quiz. Obviously, I'm aware that there's probably a couple of questions you've seen, so everybody might get the answer to, but we weren't that far into it. We weren't that far into the quiz, so hopefully the majority of them should still be tricky, and I actually think they are tricky going through them now. There's a couple that I struggle with myself, so hopefully it's not too easy. So yeah, there you go. Kahoot doing an Everton on us while we're trying to do an Everton quiz, of course. How's everyone doing anyway? How's everyone getting through the lockdown? How's everyone getting through the quarantine? How are we all doing? Are we all trying to stay positive? Because that's what it's about, isn't it? It's about staying positive. It's about trying to, do as many things as possible that, create positivity, because it's very, very easy to be negative at this time. It's very, very easy to worry. It's very, very easy to sort of, obviously with everybody sort of stuck in the house and not being able to get out much and only being able to get out for certain things. It is tough. It's really, really hard. So what's everybody doing to remain positive? What's everybody doing to keep the positive mood up? We'll try and share some of those things because, you never know, it might help other people. Everton FC is the best as well. Day going so far, Cam, doing anything interesting. It's not been too bad, mate, to be honest. It's not been too bad. I've just been working from home. I've been working from home for about the last week, so I've been in work for pretty much the entirety of the day today, but other than that, nothing much. Stuart says, missing the Blues. Me too, Stuart. Me too. I think we all are. I think we're all missing the Blues, aren't we, to be perfectly honest with you at the moment. Seeing obviously the little individual training plans, again seeing a couple of videos coming out of Everton today. John Joe Kenny teaching us German, which was really, really fun to see John Joe Kenny in a Scouse accent, speaking German, obviously. That was really, really interesting. So there we go. I think we've sorted the questions. They're about to go on for about 90 seconds now. So we'll get it started as soon as possible. Bear with me 2 seconds. Let's get the quiz back up and running. So the question should go for about 90 seconds. So it does help the delay a little bit. It means that we should be able to go on. We should be able to play. And although there will be a slight delay, obviously because we're live and because we're live streaming, it should be a little bit easier because you'll have a lot longer to obviously answer the questions. I just want to warn everybody, the pin has changed, so you'll have to log out. You won't be able to go on the same quiz. The pin now is 514016. So download the Kahoot app, go on the Kahoot website. Remember, no Googling whatsoever. Don't be Googling the answers. But the new pin is now 514016. It's changed, obviously, so get involved with that. Of course, we'll load it up now. We'll get rid of my big fat face because I'm sure you've done enough of seeing that, and I'm sure you're bored of seeing that. So there you go. As you can see, the pin is on board there. A lot of people getting involved, a lot of people joining. Now get involved if you can. Like I said, go on to www.kahoot.it or use the Kahoot app and use the code 514016. I do apologise for the delay there. I apologise for the stoppage, obviously, with the delay and stuff in the stream and in the questions. 30 seconds just wasn't quite long enough because people were getting in and weren't having enough time to quite answer the question, and the 30 seconds was going down quite quick. So it's being changed now to 90 seconds, so we should all have enough time to get in there, read the question thoroughly. Remember, no Googling, no asking your dad or your mum or your brother, no asking anybody. Just get on there and let's get as many people in as possible, and let's start the quiz. We'll give it another 30 odd seconds for as many people to get in. Remember the new pin. There is a new pin, obviously, because we've restarted the quiz. It is 514016. If you're in the YouTube live comments, it's in the live comments there. Now you can see the official Toffee Blues channel, our channel, has put it in the live comments. Getting a load of people in here now, 18 players. We'll give it about another 10 seconds or so, and then we'll start the quiz all over again. No delaying now. Let's get involved. Let's get as many people involved as possible, and let's start the quiz. There you go. 20 is a nice number to start on, isn't it? So there you go. As you can see, the game pin 514016. There you go. Question number 1, which I'm sure you all seen from the last one. Everton signed Lee Carsley from what club in 2002? Is it A, Derby County, B, Manchester City, C, Coventry City, or D, Birmingham City? I'm not going to do the colours because it gets a little bit confusing, so I'm just going to go A, B, C, D. There you go. It was A, Coventry, Derby County, sorry, B, Manchester City, C, Coventry City, or D, Birmingham City. Which side did Everton sign Lee Carsley from in 2002? 9 answers so far. Still got a minute or so to answer the question. Who did Lee Carsley come from? What a player, by the way. What an absolute Everton legend. Recently on the Falcon Blues, they've done a little bit of an interview with him. Shout out to those guys. I know Paul's watching at the moment. He's just texted me, so shout out to them. Really, really good interview, and what a player Lee Carsley was. Maybe, possibly even should have gone to Real Madrid, but instead he decided to sign the other baldy centre midfielder that we had in Tommy Gravison. So there you go. Everton signed Lee Carsley from what club in 2002? Was it Derby County, Manchester City, Coventry City, or Birmingham City? Get your answers in. Obviously, 23 answers so far. I should just remind you as well, in case you knew, obviously don't forget to download the Kahoot app or go on the Kahoot website and enter the pin 514016. The way it'll work, obviously, is I'll ask the question, you'll go on the app, you'll type your answer, and then it'll come up with a leaderboard. And the quicker you answer, the more points you get as well. So it's worth noting that one, but no cheating, of course. So there you go, 17 people getting that one right. It was, of course, C, Coventry City. 2 people going for Derby County, 2 people going for Manchester City, and 2 people going for Birmingham City, but it was Coventry City, of course. Let's see how the leaderboard's looking after the first question then. Arpat at the top with 905 points. Alex just below him there on 882. Hazor on 878. Dylan on 872. And Dave S on 859. Obviously no highest climber there because it is the first question. Straight on to the next one. Question number 2. David Moyes managed how many Everton games? How many Everton games did David Moyes manage? Was it A, 666? Was it B, 524? Was it C, 456? Or was it D, 518? How many games, how many Everton games did David Moyes manage? Get your answers in. One answer so far, really, really quickly there. Still got around about 70 seconds to go. Obviously, David Moyes managing Everton over a spell of around about 11 years. So he managed a lot of games of football for Everton, not just Premier League games, but also cup games as well. A lot of European competitions to have to take into consideration there as well. How many games did David Moyes manage for Everton? Was it A, 666? Was it B, 524? Was it C, 456? Or was it D, 518? Get your answers in as quick as possible. Remember, the quicker you get your answers in, the more points that you will get, and ultimately the higher you'll be at the end of the quiz on the leaderboard. Just while we're, going through that question, just while there's about 30 seconds left in the question, I just want to say the first batch of questions will be general knowledge questions, such as the one you've seen before this, such as this one as well. We'll then move on to kits, and which season was the kit. You'll see an image of a kit. What season was that kit in use? What season did we play in that kit? We'll then move on to a Guess Who, going through some ex-Everton players, pictures of ex-Everton players, and guessing who they are. It'll then be career paths, and who players transferred to. There you go, there's the answer to that one. David Moyes managed 518 games for Everton. 16 people getting that one right there. 7 people going with 524. 2 people going for 456, and nobody going for 666. Could have probably done the maths a little bit there, but the answer was 518. So let's see how the leaderboard's looking after that one. Arpat staying at the top there on 1,899 points. Hazard on 1,856 climbs to second. Dylan climbing to third with 1,834. Alex with 1,832, and Aiden and Kev on 1,809. Up 10 places, Hey Cam is the highest climber. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Toffee Blues says, I highly recommend, Blues, that you give a watch to our recent season rewind video of the 04-05 season. If you haven't already, go and check that one out. Anyway, on to the next question. Let's see what's next then. Question number 3. Who was Marco Silva's first Everton Premier League game against? Was it A, Wolves, B, Southampton, C, West Ham, or D, Bournemouth? I know this one off the top of my head. I remember watching the game. I remember where I was when I watched the game. I remember the goal scorers. So was it A, Wolves, B, Southampton, C, West Ham, or D, Bournemouth? Get your answers in the comments, not in the comments, sorry, get your answers in on the app. You can throw them in the comments as well, but I probably wouldn't, because it might ruin it for people. If you're new to the stream, if you're new to the quiz, don't forget to get over to the Kahoot app. You can go to Kahoot's website, or you can download the Kahoot app in the App Store. Put in our game pin or our code, which is 514016, and you'll be entered into the quiz. Obviously, you're a little bit late, so you'll probably be a few points behind, but I'm sure you'll be able to catch up. Get on there, let's get involved, let's get as many people involved as possible. Just another one of the categories. After career paths, we'll go on to squad numbers as well. So a little squad number conundrum. 24 people currently answered that one. I think a lot of people will know this because it's quite recent in it. It's quite recent Everton history, only a couple of years ago. So was it A, Wolves, B, Southampton, C, West Ham United, or D, Bournemouth? Who was Marco Silva's first Everton Premier League game against? Obviously only a couple of years ago, so I'm expecting a lot of people to get this one right. Out of the 26 answers, I'm expecting a lot of these to be right. Only 7 seconds to go. There's a couple of people that haven't answered because it's still going out. There you go. It is, of course, A, Wolves. 25 people getting that one right. 1 person going for Southampton and 1 person going for Bournemouth. Southampton was our first Premier League game under Marco Silva at Goodison Park. I believe we won that game, but it was, of course, Wolves. 2-2 it ended. Richarlison scoring both goals in that game for Everton in his Premier League debut for Everton as well. So let's see how the leaderboard is looking after that one. Arpat remaining at the top there on 3,012 points. Murph, who has a streak of 3 correct answers in a row, so gets a little emoji there. He's climbed to second on 2,953 points. Dino on 2,952 points. Hazard on 2,935 points. And Alex on 2,960. Let us know in the comments as well how the delay is going. Is everything working fine now? Are the issues sort of sorted now that the questions are a little bit longer? And we'll go on to the next question whilst we wait for those answers. Question number 4. How many American players have played for Everton? Is it A2? I'm sure you'll be able to name off the top of your head, especially if you're 20 odd years old like me. I can name 2 straight away. Is it B4? Is it C3? Or is it D5? How many American players have played for Everton? Obviously, I'm not going to give any clues, but one of them is a massive Everton legend. A couple of them really, really popular as well. Tom says delay is fine now, about 20 seconds, but well enough time to answer. There you go. So it's probably about right that we have the questions at about 90 seconds each, just so it gives enough people enough time to not only get on the question, but also have a little think about it as well, because there's a couple of these questions that you won't just be able to answer straight off the bat. There will be some that you've got to think about. So just to reiterate that question, how many American players have played for Everton? Is it A2, B4, C3, or D5? There we go. Let's see how many people get that one right. Still got 30 seconds, of course, to answer it. 24 people answered so far. So I'm assuming that a couple of people will get in before the end of the timer. But take your time, of course. There you go. 19 people getting that one right. It was, of course, D5. 4 people going for 4. Nobody went for 3, and 2 people going for 2. Obviously, the 2 I'm sure you were thinking of being Landon Donovan and Tim Howard, but the actual answer is 5. 19 people getting that one right. Let's see how the leaderboard's looking after that one. Arpat again, still staying at the top, keeping that top spot nice and warm for himself, not letting it go. He is on 4,224 points. Murph just below him, and Dino just below him, and Alex climbing up to 4th on 4,101, and Dylan on 4,085. He is 5th. The highest climbing in that one was Lewis, who is up 6 places. Like I said, if you want to play, if you want to join, if you've just joined live, don't forget to get over to the Kahoot app or the Kahoot website. Use our code, use our pin. It's 514016 to get involved. Let's go on to the next question then. Question number 5. Everton signed Lassina Traore on loan from which club in January 2014? Was it A, CSK Moscow, B, Monaco, C, Lille, or D, Anzi? I'm not going to bother saying the rest of the name because I butchered it before and I'll probably butcher it again. But Everton signed Lassina Traore on loan from which club in January 2014? Lassina Traore obviously coming in the January as an aerial threat, as a striker. Only played 1 game for Everton, scored 1 goal, and it was quite a funky back heel, and then got injured, and we never seen him again. Literally, for the time he was at Everton Football Club, he played 1 game, scored 1 goal, and that was it. He was meant to start in another game, but he got injured in the warm-up, and that was the end of that, really. We didn't ever see him again, did we? But the question is, who did Everton sign him from on loan in January 2014? Was it A, CSK Moscow, B, Monaco, C, Lille, or D, Anzi? Who was it? 24 people already getting their answers in. Remember, the quicker you get your answers in, the more points that you will get as well. So not only do you have to make sure that your answer is right, you also have to make sure that you're getting it in as quick as possible. The quicker you get your answers, the more points you'll get. There you go, 21 people getting that one right. It was, of course, B, Monaco. 1 person going for CSK Moscow, 2 going for Lille, 1 going for Anzi, but it was, of course, Monaco. 21 people getting that right. Let's get on to the leaderboard, see how the leaderboard's looking after that. Arpat still firmly at the top there with 5,535 points. Alex jumping to 2nd on 5,386. Dylan in 3rd on 5,367. And Murph again has now the highest answer streak of 5, and he is sitting in 5th with 5,349 points. Tom says he also came on at Hull final game with a minute to go. There you go. So we've seen him in a brief minute spell at the end of the season there. Anyway, on to the next question. Question number 6 of 50. Who is the most capped Everton player? So, who is the most capped Everton player? Is it A, Neville Southall, B, Tim Howard, C, Tim Cahill, or D, Seamus Coleman? How many caps of those players got, and who is the most capped out of all of them? Obviously 2 goalkeepers in there as well we're thinking about, but who has got the most Everton caps overall, and specifically out of those 4? 4 people getting their answers in really quick there. Don't know if you've seen the answer before, if you were involved in the quiz when we done the first sort of run, when it was a little bit when the delay was a little bit too big. Don't know if you've seen the answer there, and that's how you've got your answers in so quick. But a lot of people are getting their answers in now. Still got 50 seconds to go. Who is the most capped Everton player? Is it Neville Southall, Tim Howard, Tim Cahill, or Seamus Coleman? There you go. 17 people getting that one right. It was, of course, Tim Howard, the American, one of the American players that we were talking about just before. 17 people getting that one right. 6 people going for Neville Southall. I believe he wasn't far behind. 1 person going with Tim Cahill and 1 person going for Seamus Coleman. So let's see how the leaderboards are looking after that one. Arpat again, still staying at the top on 6,900 646 points. Hazard, the only one climbing there into fourth on 6,722 points. 5 players have just hit an answer streak of 4, by the way, so congratulations to those 5 players. Anyway, on to the next question. Oh, dismissed that one. Question number 7. How many goals does Dominic Calvert-Lewin have for Everton? Is it A, 26, B, 30, C, 32, or D, 22? How many goals does Dominic Calvert-Lewin have overall for Everton? Obviously, he's had a fantastic season so far this season, obviously, before the season was suspended, being one of the standout players since Carlo Ancelotti's come in, being one of the standout players, you know, from when Duncan Ferguson took charge. Of course, him, Mason Holgate, Richarlison as well have been fantastic in that period of time. But how many goals has he scored overall whilst he has been at Everton in his Everton career? Is it 26, 30, 32 or 22? Get your answers in. 19 people getting their answers in. A couple of people hesitant, I think. I was surprised at this answer, I'm not going to lie. But how many goals does Dominic Calvert-Lewin have for Everton? Still got 40 seconds, so no rush, don't worry. Remember, no Googling, no asking your mates, no asking your brother, no asking your dad. Simple. If you don't know it, you guess it. There you go. There's the answer. It is, of course, C. 32 goals for Everton. Obviously not just this season, overall in his Everton career. 19 people getting that one right. They say a lot of those people see the answer before, but there you go. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. 4 people going for 26, 1 person going for 30, and nobody going for 22. So let's look at the leaderboards. Arpat again remaining at the top. Dino climbing to second there. Murph climbing to third. Very, very close between those. And up 3 places, Drenthe is the highest climber. I wonder if it's actually Royston Drenthe. Don't forget, if you're joining us a little bit later, get over to the Kahoot app or get over to the Kahoot website and put in our game pin or our code 514016 to get involved with the quiz, of course. On to the next question now, number 8. Nigel Martyn has how many clean sheets for Everton? During his Everton career, how many clean sheets did Nigel Martyn manage to get? Was it A, 36, B, 29, C, 45, or D, 43? How many clean sheets did Nigel Martyn get in his entire Everton career? Absolutely loved Nigel Martyn growing up. I had his name on the back of the kits. He was the Everton goalkeeper that I grew up watching. I was just a little bit too young for Neville Southall, wasn't quite born in time to see his greatness, and just obviously before Tim Howard, Nigel Martyn was Everton's #1 goalkeeper, and what a goalkeeper he was as well. So how many clean sheets did Nigel Martyn have for Everton? Is it A, 36, B, 29, C, 45, or D, 43? 18 people getting their answers in so far. Still got about 45 seconds to go, so no rush. Take your time. Get your answers in. If you're joining us late, like I said, you can go over to the Kahoot website. You can put in our game pin, which is in the chat. It's 514016 to get involved. How many clean sheets did Nigel Martyn have for Everton? What a goalkeeper, by the way. What an absolutely fantastic goalkeeper. There you go. The answer is, of course, A, 36. 12 people getting that one right. 2 people going for 45. 5 people going for 29. And 4 people going for 43. But it was, of course, A, 36. Let's see if Arpat's at the top of the table. No, he's been taken over. Dino climbs to the top of the table on 9,547 points. Murph up to second on 9,536. And then you've got Alex Dillon and Welsh Toff 90 to make up the rest of the top 5. It's a tough round, that one. 4 players lost there. Answer seek of 7. So there you go. There you go. The Nigel Martyn question catching everybody out. Anyway, on to the next one. Question number 9 of 50. Who has the most Premier League appearances for Everton out of these players? Is it A, Darren Gibson, B, Umar Niasse, C, Brian Oviedo, or D, Mo Besic? Out of all of those players, who has the most Premier League appearances in an Everton shirt? Some real flashbacks there. Darren Gibson, I remember for a season or so he was absolutely fantastic, and then he sort of went off the boil a little bit. I remember him scoring against Manchester City. He had these black knife boots on that had a little bit of pink and a little bit of light blue on. He were absolutely boss, and he scored quite a long ranger from Manchester City, against Manchester City. Sorry, obviously Brian Oviedo we know from his famous goal at Old Trafford, our last win away from home against the Big Six, I believe, or the Big Six as to what Sky would quote it. We know too much about Umar Niasse, so we're not going to talk any more about him. And Mo Besic, of course, remember his debut against Porto in a pre-season friendly. His first touch of the ball in an Everton shirt, he took it down and he absolutely rinsed about 4 players. players. Nobody seen it because it was a friendly. We were all bigging him up. And then his Premier League debut against Chelsea, he went and gave a goal away. But there you go, there is the answer. It is, of course, A, Darren Gibson. 18 people getting that one right. 4 people going for Brian Oviedo, who did make a lot of Premier League appearances for Everton, to be fair, and 1 going with Nias. Nobody going for Mo Besic, which is probably a little bit of common sense. He hasn't played an awful lot in the Premier League. Let's see how the leaderboards are looking after that one. Murph jumping to top there and knocking Dino off his perch for the second. He is on 11,020 points, and 3 players have reached an answer streak of 7. Oviedo, baby, indeed. On to the next question. Question number 10 of 50. Who did Brett Angel score his only Everton goal against in 1994? Was it A, Aston Villa? Was it B, Liverpool? Was it C, Manchester United? Or was it D, Chelsea? Who did Brett Angel score his only Everton goal against in 1994? Just before my time, this one. Nobody's answered so far, so it looks like it's one that might have stumped a few people. Was it A, Aston Villa, B, Liverpool, C, Manchester United, or D, Chelsea? Get your answers in, of course. A couple of people getting them in now. Still got around about a minute or so to go, so there's absolutely no rush whatsoever. But who did Brett Angel score his first on his only Everton goal against in 1994? Don't forget, if you're joining us a little bit later, you can get over to the Kahoot app, or you can get over to the Kahoot website. You can join in the quiz. Just simply use the pin 514016 to get involved. You will be a little bit behind, obviously, because we're 10 questions in now, but you'll still be able to join with not a problem. So, who did Brett Angel score his only Everton goal against in 1994? Was it Aston Villa, Liverpool, Manchester United, or Chelsea? 20 odd seconds to go. There you go. There's the answer. It was D, Chelsea. 14 people getting that one right. The majority of people getting that one right. 5 going with Aston Villa, 2 going with Manchester United, and 1 going with Liverpool. But it was D, Chelsea. 14 people getting that one right. Let's see how that affects the leaderboard. Everything stays exactly the same, but the highest climber is Strakatak, who is up 5 places. Murph staying at the top there on 12,357 points. On to the next question, number 11. This is the first of the kit question. So, what season is this kit from? There you go, the pink number, Lecoq Sportif. I remember this one. I'm not going to say which season it was after. I nearly said which season it was after then. But is it A, 2009, 2010? Is it B, 2011, 2012? Is it C, 2010, 2011? Or is it D, 2012, 2013? It probably should have gone blue, red, blue, yellow, green there, but I haven't. I've changed it up a little bit. So there you go. What season is that kit from? I remember a specific Everton player wearing that kit, and it's probably the player that's in that picture as well. But what season is that kit from? Is it 2009-10 season, 2010-11, 2011-12, or 2012-13? The pink Lecoq Sportif number with the pink Everton badge. Listen, I'm not even going to lie, I loved that kit. I really, really did. I thought that kit was absolutely boss. A lot of people not liking it for obvious reasons, but I thought it was absolutely boss. But that's not the question as to whether it was boss or not. Which season is it from? Still got around about 30 seconds to answer, so get your answers in, of course. Yeah, Toffee Blue says everybody loved the salmon pink. Yeah, I did. I love this season's away kit. I love that away kit. I love the season where it was, you know, it was pink stripes and a black top. I just love kits like that. I'd rather away kits like that over boring sort of white ones or black ones, etc. So there you go. It was, of course, C, 2010, 2011. 17 people getting that one right. 3 people going with 2011, 2012, and 1 going with 2012, 2013. I specifically remember Mikel Arteta wearing that kit, and I think he was probably the player in that picture. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, John, but I think he was probably the player in that picture. So anyway, 17 people getting that one right. Let's see how that one affects the leaderboard. I assume it has. Oh, no, it hasn't. Murph staying at the top. 3 in a row. Tom McGee is back in the game. There you go. Arpat moving up to 4th on 11,293 points. So there you go. Another kit coming up next. Which season is this kit from? So you're about to see the kit on screen now. There you go. The NEC home one there, a little bit different. We haven't really seen a kit with a different design like that one for quite some time. But what season is that one from? Is it A, 1991 to 1992? Is it B, 1994 to 1995? Is it C, 1992 to 1993? Or is it D, 1993 to 1994? Which season is that kit from? Get your answers in. Only one answer so far. But get your answers in. Of course, which season was that kit from? All of the answers, I can confidently say this because it doesn't give anything away, but all of the answers before my time. So unfortunately, never seen this kit in action. But which season was it from? Of course, 15 people getting their answers in. Still got about 40 seconds to go. Jags was in the pick cam. I always think of Mikel O'Kale for it though. There you go. Jagielka as well. Baines, Coleman, all in that kit. But yeah, I always think of Arteta or Tim Cahill for that kit as well. But anyway, on to this one. Which season is that kit from? As you can see, the blue one there. Is it 1991 to 92? Is it the 92 to 93 season? Is it the 94 to 95? Or is it the 93 to 94 season? Get your answers in. Let's see how many people get this one right. I dare say during this kit round, there'll be a lot of changes in the leaderboard. There you go. The answer is, of course, C. 1992 to 1993. 9 people getting that one right. Quite a split board, that one, to be perfectly honest with you. 9 people going for that one. 6 people going for 91, 92, a year out. 2 people going for 94, 95, and 5 people going for 93, 94. So I assume the leaderboard will have changed after that one, but 9 people getting that one right. Merv staying at the top there on 14,987 points. Strack Attack coming into the leaderboard at 4th on 12,151. And Jonesy also coming into the leaderboard at 5th on 11,542. Zente is back with an answer seek of 3 as well. Well done to them. On to the next question. Question number 13. Which season is this kit from? Get your answers in. There you go. I'll give you a little bit of a clue. I think I won't get in trouble for saying this. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for saying this. But it is a goalkeeper kit. Which season is this goalkeeper kit from? Is it the 2014-15 season, 2015-16, 2016-17, or 2017-18? Which season is that kit from? There's a couple of clues on that kit. I'm not going to point them out because I don't want to make the quiz too easy, but there's a couple of clues on that kit that, for me, tell me around about the season, if not the exact time. Definitely around about the season, but I'll keep them to myself because I don't want to give the answer away. But what season was that kit from? Was it 2014-15? Was it 2016-17? Was it 2015-16? Or 2017-18? What season was that kit from? 13 people got their answers in so far. Still got around about 35 seconds to go. I assume this one's ticking people a bit. The goalkeeper kits are always a little bit tricky. They're a little bit difficult because obviously there's only one goalkeeper on a pitch, whereas there's 10 outfield players. So if you're seeing a kit and you're seeing it throughout 30 odd games, even more than that, 50 odd games a season, you become familiar with it and you attach memories to it from that season. So it's a little bit easier to determine which home kits and away kits are from specific seasons. But goalkeeper kits are a little bit different because obviously you don't see them as much. 20 people. Clock might run down for this one for the first time in a while. Only 20 people answered. There you go. The clock has run down. Only 9 people getting that one right. It was the 2015-2016 season. 3 people going for 14-15, just a year out. 5 people a year out on 16-17 and 3 on 17-18. The reason I remember that is because a couple of reasons. Obviously the Chang sponsorship. It was before we joined Sport Pisa. And the Umbro detail on the kit as well. It was I believe it was the season that Oviedo, not Oviedo scored. I believe it was the season where we had the sort of dark blue black socks. Martinez's second season, was it? After Nike, first Umbro season, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. On to the next one anyway. Just before we get on to that, see how the leaderboards have changed. Not much change there. Welsh Toff coming into 5th on 12,295 points, and Tom McGee has climbed 3 places. On to the next question. Question number 14. Another kit question, of course. Which season is this kit from? There you go. Again, I've got clues in my head. I want to sprout them out, but I can't because it'll give it away. But which season was this kit from? Was it the 2011-12 season? Was it 2010-2011? Was it 2012-2013? Or was it 14-15? What season was that kit from? Again, major clue. I'm not going to say it, but there's a major clue on screen there. I really like that kit, to be honest. Again, I'm more of a fan of the sort of mad kits out there, like the pink ones and the salmon one, etc. But plain white with blue detail, there's nothing wrong with that one. Still got around about 50 seconds to get your answers in. 12 people getting their answers in. What season was that kit from? Was it 2011-12, 2012, 13, 2010, 11, or 2014, 15. And remember, if you're joining us a little bit late, you can still get involved with the quiz. You can go over to the Kahoot website or the Kahoot app. You can put in our game pin, which is 514016, and you can get involved. 20 people currently answering. I wonder if this one will run down the clock as well. What I would suggest, if you don't know the answer, have a guess, be a chancer, why not? A typical game show host saying that, innit, really? Have a guess, what's there to lose? What's there to lose? As far as I'm aware, you don't lose any points if you get an answer wrong, so just have a little bit of a guess. No point in letting the clock go all the way down. You may as well have a guess. There you go, 12 people getting that one right. 2012, 2013, of course. 5 people going for 11, 12. 3 people going for 2010, 2011, and 1 person going for 14, 15, but it was, of course, 2012. 2013, so let's see how the leaderboards have been affected by that one. Dino climbing to top of the leaderboard, Murph dropping to third, Dino on 15,724 points, Alex climbing up to second on 15,001 points, and Murph dropping down. Sack Attack has the highest answer streak of 8, so he's on quite some streak there, so let's see if he can get this next one right. Question number 15, another kit question. What season is this kit from? I believe we've got 10 quick questions, so this is the 5th one. There you go. What season is that from? The one-to-one sponsorship there. Is it A, 2001, 2002? Is it B, 1999 to 2000? Is it C, 1998 to 1999? Or is it D, 2002 to 2003? What season is that kit from? Little fun fact for you, which you might be interested in, you mightn't be interested in, but it's a fun fact either way. My dad has just actually showed me a rare signed photograph of a player that doesn't sign many photographs, doesn't sign many Everton bits in this kit. So there you go. It doesn't give you any clue whatsoever, but just thought I'd tell you because I've literally just seen it about 3 hours ago. So what season is that kit from? Remember, like I said, if you don't know the answer, have a little bit of a guess. There's no point in losing out. You may guess and you may be correct, and they may give you some vital points. So was it A, 2001, 2002? Was it B, 1999 to 2000? Was it C, 1998 to 1999? Or was it D, 2002 to 2003? Have a guess. 17 people currently getting their answers in. Still got about 25 seconds to go as well. Be really, really interesting to see people's answers for this one. Excuse me, just got a little bit of a tickly throat there. No need to worry. You know, no viruses, just a little bit of a tickly throat. 7 seconds to go. 19 people have got their answers in. Which season, of course, was that kit from? And it was, of course, the 1999 to 2000 season. 13 people getting that one right. 5 people going for 98 to 99. And 2 people going for 2001 to 2002. I believe the player that I seen the signed picture of before was Ginola. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Ginola in that kit. I'm sure someone will correct me in the live comments. But there you go, 13 people getting that one right. Let's see how that affects the leaderboard. Dino staying at the top. Sack Attack moving up to second on 16,085 points. Kuko is back in the game with 3 in the row as well. On to the next kit. Let's see how many people can get this one right. Question number 16, of course. Which season is this kit from? There you go, the Kazan Puma kit. A really, really popular kit amongst Evertonians. A lot of Evertonians seem to like this one just through some polls and stuff I've seen on Twitter very, very recently. Was it A, 2002 to 2003? Was it B, 2000 to 2001? Was it C, 2001 to 2002? Or was it D, 2003 to 2004? What season was that kit from? 3 people getting their answers in. Remember, the quicker you get your answers in, the more points that you will get. If you get the correct answer, you'll still get points and you'll still, you know, likely climb the leaderboard. But the quicker you get your answers in, the more points that you get. So if you know the answer, don't hesitate. Get it in straight away. Remember, no Googling, no asking your parents, no asking your brother, no asking anybody. Get your answers in as quick as possible to get as many points as possible. So there you go. What season was that kit from? Was it 2002, 2003? Was it 2000 to 2001? Was it 2001 to 2002? Or was it 2003 to 2004? Get your answers in. 21 people answering that one. A little bit more... you know, people seeming to be a little bit more familiar with that kit. Still got 20 seconds to go, so it's still got a little bit of time. But like I said, I would suggest getting your answers in, just so you've got a chance. Basically, it's a guessing game if you don't know, isn't it? At the end of the day, but what season is that kit from? 5 seconds to go. We're about to see the answer, and it was, of course, the 2002-2003 season. 10 people getting that one right. Again, quite a shared answers there, so I dare say there'll be some movement in the leaderboard, but 10 people getting that one right. 5 people going for 2001, 2002, 6 people going for 2003, 2004, nobody going for 2001. So, let's see how that's affected. Dino has been knocked off his pitch and put down to place number 3. Strack Attack climbing the table there, up to first with 17,409 points, and Alex on 17,038 points. Jonesy 1878 is back in the game with 3 in a row. Remember, if you haven't joined us and you want to join us, get over to the Kahoot app or the Kahoot website and put in the code or the key 514016 to get involved. On to the next question now. 3 more questions, 3 more kits, I believe, after this one. Which season is this kit from? There you go, another memorable kit for me. The season where the Chang sponsorship was madly green for some reason. But was it the A, 2006-2007? Was it B, 2007-2008? Was it C, 2008-2009? Or was it out the blue, D, 2015-2016? What season was that white kit from? I actually really like that one as well, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. What season was it from? Get your answers in. Get your answers in on the Kahoot app, like we said. A lot of people answering. Remember, the quicker you answer, the more points you are likely to get. Of course, what season was that kit from? 11 people so far. Still got about 40 seconds to go, so no rushes whatsoever. Like I said, a lot of these kits I've seen. If you've been over to my channel recently and you've seen the office tour of my dad's office, you'll probably be aware of a lot of these kits because he's got a lot of them on show. They doesn't say what year they're from or what season they're from, so no spoilers, don't have to worry about that, but there are a lot of them on show, so if you've been over, I spend pretty much most of the day in there. So there you go, 14 people getting that one right. It was 2007, 2008. 4 people going with 06, 07, and 3 people going with 08, 09, but it was 07, 08. 14 people getting that one right. Welsh Toff climbing up to 3rd there, and Strack Attack has the highest answer streak of 11. Strack Attack is absolutely on fire at the moment. On to the next one, question number 18. What season is this kit from? There you go, come on, we've got it all, get this one right surely. Is it A, 2016, 2017? Is it B, 2013, 2014? Is it C, 2014, 2015? Or is it D, 2015, 2016? Which season is that kit from? Get your answers in. One person answering really quickly there. Again, what I would suggest is, obviously, you've got 90 odd seconds, so if you don't know the answer straight away and you don't want to guess straight away, then what I would do is I'd probably try and look at the kit in a little bit of detail, try and figure out different things about the kit and work out your seasons based on that one. But there you go, what season is that kit from? Is it 2016, 2017, 2013, 2014, 2014, 2015, or 2015, 2016? So there you go. What season is that kit from? 19 people so far, only a couple of people left to get their answers in. Let's see how many people get this one right. Another kit that I really like, but again, I'm probably not going to say what I was going to say because it might spoil it. But get your answers in. 25 seconds to go. Shout out to Teddy, who absolutely adores this kit. There you go. It was, of course, the 2014-2015 season. The first Umbro kit after our Nike sponsorship, I believe it was. And the first Umbro kit after we had that Boss season with Roberto Martinez as well. 18 people getting that one right. One person going for 2016-2017. One person going for 013-14. And one person going for 2015-16. But 18 people, the majority of people getting that one right. Again, another kit from recent times. So let's see how the leaderboard's affected by that one. Strack Attack now on an answer streak of 12. He's absolutely on fire. The only other movement there is Jonesy coming in at 5th on 16,588 points. So on to question number 19. Which season is this kit from? Obviously we've got this one and then we've got one more kit and then we're on to a guess who round. So what season is that kit from? Is it 2009, 2010, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, or 2011, 2012? Get your answers in. Of course, let's see how many people can get this one right. Let's see if anybody can knock any of the top 5 off the pitch. Strach Attack on an absolutely monumental streak at the moment. I think he's on an 11 or a 12, did we say, streak? So let's see if he can get this one right as well. What season is that kit from? Is it 09, 010, 010, 11, 12, 13, or 2011 to 2012? Get your answers in, of course. Don't forget as well, if you're wanting to join the quiz, if you're new, you can still join the quiz. Go over to the Kahoot website or download the Kahoot app. I believe it's available on the App Store, the Apple App Store, or the Android App Store, and simply type in our game pin or our code, which is 514016. So 19 people got their answers in so far, 20 odd seconds left. If you're enjoying the stream, by the way, if you're enjoying the quiz, why not leave it a like? I've noticed there's 20 odd people currently in the stream and only 5 likes, so let's get those likes up. Don't forget to go and follow the Twitter and the Instagram and all of the social medias as well, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It only does take a second. Let's see how many likes we can get on the stream as well. A couple of seconds left on this question. Let's see how many people can get this one right. It was, of course, the 2011-2012 season. I specifically remember Jelavic in this kit, amongst other players. 9 people getting that one right. Again, quite a shared board there. 6 people going for 2010, 2011, couple of years out. 1 person going for 12, 13, and 3 people going for 09, 10. So let's see if Strach managed to get that one right. Oh, he did. He is still top of the leaderboard on 21,273. Up into 4th is Jonesy, 1878 on 17,888 points, and the highest climber of that round is, of course, Big Sam's Gravy, who is up 5 places. On to the final kit, I believe it is, of this round. The final question of this round, the final kit. What season is that kit from? The blue and white number, striped, blue stripes, white kit. What season is that kit from? Is it 1992 to 1993? Is it the 1994 to 1995? Is it 1993 to 1994? Or is it 1995 to 1996? Get your answers in, of course. Nobody answered so far, so people may be being a little bit hesitant at the moment. Get your answers in. Remember, the quicker that you answer, the more points that you're likely to get. No conferring, no cheating, no Googling. Honest quiz. Get your answers in, of course. Toffee Blues says, some great effort from Strach, as you would expect. Exactly. Absolutely brilliant effort from him. To be on such a streak, it really, really is magnificent, of course. Bear with me just 2 seconds. There we go. What season is this kit from? Is it 1992 to 1993, 1994 to 1995, 1993 to 1994, or 1995 to 1996? About 30 seconds left. 17 people getting the answers in. Let's see how many people can get this one right, of course. Again, another sort of white and blue kit. NEC, of course, from before my time, I can safely say, because I wasn't born on any of those years, but that's not important. What season was that kit from? 9 seconds to go. There we go. The answer is, of course, 1993 to 1994. 8 people getting that one right. 7 people going for 92 to 93, year out there. 4 people going for 94, 95, and 1 person going for 95, 96. It was, of course, 1993 to 1994. Strach Attack, again, absolutely smashing it out the park. A streak of 14 correct answers in a row. Jonesy coming up to 3rd there on 19,174 points as well. Anyway, moving in to the Guess Who round. Question 21 of 50. First Guess Who question. Who is this? Who is that player playing in the Everton Academy there? Is it A, Chris Long? Is it B, Leandro Rodriguez? Is it C, Fraser Hornby? Or is it D, Ramiro Funes Mori? Obviously a recent one. I'm sure a couple of years I'll get this one right. Look at the names in there. Fraser Hornby, Chris Long, Leandro Rodriguez. Obviously Funes Mori, who played significantly more than any of them in the Premier League. But that's not the question. Who is the player in the picture? Get your answers in. 6 people getting them in so far. Again, you can see the kit on show there that Terry does love, the one that we've just been looking at just before. But who is the player in the picture? Is it Chris Long, Leandro Rodriguez, Fraser Hornby, or Ramiro Funes Mori? Get your answers in. 16 people with their answers in so far. Don't forget, if you want to join the quiz, head over to the Kahoot app or the Kahoot website and enter our code 514016 to get involved with today's quiz. 30 seconds to go. Most people have got their answers in now. Let's see how many people can get this one right. It is Leandro Rodriguez, of course. 17 people getting that one right. The majority of people, 4 people going for Chris Long, but 17 people going for Leandro Rodriguez, which was, of course, correct. Attack again up in his streak, his answer streak to 15. He is now on to 23,993 points, and the rest of the top 5 remaining very much the same. So another who is this question. You're about to see a play, you're about to see an image on the screen. Tell me, who is this? Is it A, or 1, Brendan Galloway? Is it B, Araz Abdelayev? Absolutely cocked that one up. Is it C, James Vaughan, or is it D, Anderson Da Silva? Who is that one on the screen there? Again, a little bit of a tough one, I know I'd probably go with, I'm not going to say it, but I know I'd probably go with, but only one answer so far, so a couple of people seem to be struggling with this one. Still got a minute or so to go. Get your answers in. Is it Brendan Galloway? Is it Araz Abdelayev? Is it James Vaughan? Or is it Anderson Da Silva? Get your answers in, of course. Playing in the 06-07 kit, is that? Or 07-08? I think it's 06-07. I probably messed that up. Should probably know that, considering I'm the quiz master, shouldn't I? Who is going to knock Strack off the pitch? That is the question. Strack is absolutely smashing it out the park at the moment. He's getting correct answer after correct answer after correct answer. Who is going to knock him off his pitch, if anybody? 25 seconds to go. Most people getting their answers in now. So we should be done with this one in just a second. Who is that? Is it Brendan Galloway? Is it Araz Abdelayev? Oh, there you go. Before I even finished the question, it was, of course, Anderson Da Silva. 16 people getting that one right. 2 people going for Araz Abdelayev. James Vaughan getting 2 votes and Brendan Galloway getting 1. But it was, of course, Anderson Da Silva. Let's see if Strack has been knocked off his pitch. He hasn't. He's still at the top. Still remained his top place. Nobody in the top 5 has changed there. However, Dave S is back with an answer streak of 3. Good stuff to see, Dave. Question number 23 again. Another who is this? Who is the player in the picture there? Only 3 answers to choose from for this one. Is it A, Eddie Bosner? Is it B or C? Or B, Lucas Neal? Is it C, Lucas Jutkovic? Who is that in that picture there? Wearing number 23, obviously, before Seamus Coleman took the number. Who is that? Is it Eddie Bosner? Is it Lucas Neal? Or is it Lucas Jutkovic? Again, get your answers in. One person currently got their answer in. A lot of people are a little bit hesitant with these who is this questions. I'm sure a lot of people are trying to jog the memory back to players that used to play for Everton. Certainly players that, might not have made many first team appearances. But of course, who is that? Answers there. Let's see how many people get that one right. The answers are flying in now. Absolutely flying in. Still got 40 seconds remaining. There you go. It was Eddie Bosner. 17 people getting that one right. 4 people going for Lucas Jutkovic. But most people getting that one right. It was, of course, Eddie Bosner. Strack again, still remaining at the top of the leaderboard in the top 5, unchanged from the last round. 6 players have reached an answer streak of 3 though, which is fantastic to see. Question number 24, nearly halfway through. Who is this? Again, another player is about to appear on your screen. Who is that? Is it A, Jose Baxter? Again, is it B, Luka Djukovic? Is it C, Shane Duffy? Or is it D, Gianni Verdaarsen? Who is that? Get your answers in, of course, in the boxes. So you've got Jose Baxter, you've got Shane Duffy, you've got Luka Djukovic, and you've got Gianni Verdaarsen. Who is that one? It should be really, really interesting. Again, another player from some years ago now. But let's see how many people can get that one right. Let's see if Strack can get it right. And let's see if there's any changes to the top 5. There's been no changes to the top 5 in the last sort of 2 or 3, 4 rounds. So let's see if anybody can break into that top 5 and sort of ruin the mould that they have there. Who is that? Majority of people getting their answers in now. I'm sure we'll see the answer in just a moment. Is it Jose Baxter, Shane Duffy, Lucas Djukovic, or Gianni Verdaarsen? Get your answers in, of course. 29 seconds to go, like I said. If you want to join us, go head over to Kahoot's website. It was, of course, B, Lucas Djukovic. 10 people getting that one right. 8 people going for Gianni Verdaarsen. 1 person going for Shane Duffy, and 2 people going for Jose Baxter. But it was, of course, Lucas Djukovic. Let's see if anybody has managed to break into the top 5. Nobody. However, Alex has overtaken Strack Attack. Massive news, bam, wow. What's gone on there? Controversial, but Alex has taken over Strack Attack and has got a fantastic, valiant effort and is currently on 27,465 points, which is fantastic. So 3 players have a current streak of 4, and Alex taking over Sack Attack there. Let's see if Sack Attack can regain his place, or whether Alex sits on the perch for a little bit now. Anyway, on to the next question. Question number 25, halfway through. Who is this? Is it A, Nathan Craig? Is it B, Jake Bidwell? Is it C, Jack Rodwell? Or is it D, James Wallace? Who's that one playing in the Europa League for Everton there? Who is that one? Nobody answering so far. A couple of people a little bit hesitant on this one. I believe it's at Goodison Park. It looks like it's at Goodison Park. But is it A, Nathan Craig? Is it B, Jake Bidwell? Is it C, Jack Rodwell? Or is it D, James Wallace? A lot of these players, obviously, players from Everton's academy, players that haven't necessarily played an awful lot of first team football, because I think it'd probably be a little bit too easy if it was first team footballers. So who is that? Get your answers in. A lot of answers coming in now, thick and fast. Is it Nathan Craig, Jake Bidwell, Jack Rodwell, or James Wallace? Let's see how many people can get that one right. Will the Stack bottle it? We'll have to see. No pressure, mate. Absolutely no pressure whatsoever. It was, of course, Jake Bidwell. 13 people getting that one right. 1 person going for Jack Rodwell. Strangely enough, doesn't look anything like Jack Rodwell. But 3 people going for Nathan Craig. And 4 people going for James Wallace. But it was, of course, Jake Bidwell. Let's see if any changes. Welsh Toffee moves up to 3rd on 24,211 points. And Kuko currently has a highest answer streak of 13. So Kuko with a good answer streak as well, and maybe we'll see him climb into the top 5 very, very soon. Anyway, on to the next question. Who is this? Question number 26. There you go. Who is that? Is it A, Michael Branch? Is it B, Stuart Barlow? Is it C, Tony Grant? Or is it D, Holmes? Who is that playing for Everton there in the late 90s, I believe it is? Is it A, Michael Branch, B, Stuart Barlow, C, Tony Grant, or D, Holmes? Get your answers in, of course. Let's see how many people can get this one right, and let's see if anybody can break in to the top 5 before my time this one. So unfortunately, I've not got much of a clue myself. Probably a little bit bad considering I run an Everton fan channel and do Everton content every week. But listen, there's no point in me lying, is there? I'm not going to sit here and lie. I haven't got much of a clue who that one is. But 17 people are getting their answers in thick and fast. So it seems like they do. Who is that one? 40 seconds remaining. The answers are there on screen, of course. Connor says, will there be another one today? There's still 20 odd questions left to go, Connor. It was, of course, C, Tony Grant. 17 people getting that one right. 1 person going for Michael Branch and 3 going for Stuart Barlow. But it was, of course, Tony Grant. Of course. There you go. Murph climbing back into the top 5. Murph spent a lot of time in the top 5 at the start of the quiz and in the previous quiz. Obviously, before we had all of the issues, Murph climbing back into the top 5 there with 22,265 points. And Dave S, the highest climber, up 3 places. So on to question number 27. Who is this? There you go. Who is that? Looks like he's just signed for Everton. Cheesy smile. Who is that? Is it A, Gary Naismith? Is it B, Stephen Hughes? Is it C, Scott Jamel or Gemmell? Or is it D, Steve Watson? Who is that? A couple of familiar names there for Evertonians to think about, but who is that? Get your answers in, of course. Let's see how many people can get this one right. Is it A, Gary Naismith, B, Stephen Hughes, C, Scott Gamel, or D, Steve Watson? Answers flying in left, right and centre now. People seeming to know who this one is quite quickly. And remember, if you are joining us late, you can still join the quiz. Head over to the Kahoot app, head over to the Kahoot website, get involved by putting in our game pin, which is 514016, and get involved with the quiz. Obviously, you'll be a little bit behind now, but you'll still be able to get involved. It was, of course, B, Stephen Hughes. 17 people getting that one right. 2 people going for Steve Watson, and one person going for each of Gary Naismith and Scott Gamel. But it was, of course, Stephen Hughes. Alex remaining on the top of the leaderboard, just above Stack Attack there with 31,431 points. And Dave S is making a comeback with an impressive 3 in a row. You can join now, Connor. That is the code in the chat, of course. And if you break into the top 5 at this point, then kudos to you. Who is this? Anyway, question number 28. Who is this? I know this one myself. The questions of the goalkeepers here. Is it A, Jan Mucker or Jan Mucker? Is it B, Carlo Nash? Is it C, Marcus Hanneman, or is it D, Stefan Vessels? Remember, some names there. I was thinking about Jan Mucker before, actually. I was wondering if he'd come up, but there's some names there. Is it Jan Mucker? Is it Carlo Nash? Is it Marcus Hanneman, or is it Stefan Vessels? Let's see how many people get this one right, of course. Answers flying in, of course. This one, again, a little bit more recent, a little bit more memorable. I know this one myself. Bear with me just 2 seconds. There we go. 18 people flying in there with the answers. Only a couple of people left to answer. Still got 45 seconds to go, of course. Who was that? Was it Jan Mucker? Was it Carlo Nash? Was it Marcus Hanneman? Or was it Stefan Vessels? It was, of course, Marcus Hanneman with his signature little tufty moustache and his baldy head. 16 people getting that one right. 2 people going for Jan Mucker and Stefan Vessels, and 1 person going for Carlo Nash. But it was, of course, Marcus Hanneman. Big Jan Mucker, what a fella that game against Manchester City. Exactly. One of the best goalkeeping performances I've seen at Goodison Park, from arguably one of the worst goalkeepers I've seen at Goodison Park as well. On to the next one. Let's see how the leaderboard is affected. Everybody's still saying the same there. No changes in the top 5. Steve L is back with an answer seek of 3. Got 3 though. Question number 29 of 50. Who is this? The picture will pop up on your screen. Tell me who it is. There you go. Is it A, David Hanan? Is it B, Anton Doncourt? Is it C, Basile Sambu? Or is it D, Ellis Sims? So a couple of young players, a couple of under-23s from recent times. A couple of them still in the under-23s now, and a couple only just recently left. So who is that? Is it David Hanan? Is it Anton Donker? Is it Basile Sambu? Or is it Ellis Sims? Obviously, I'm sure we're all aware of Ellis Sims absolutely tearing it up in the under-23s, tore it up in the under-18s last season. David Hanan was a player that I was quite excited about when we brought in, and I felt like he may be the next big thing, and he may be exactly what we need, but anyway, never ended up working out. But regardless of that, who is that? Is it David Hanan? Is it Anton Donker? Is it Ellis Sims? Or is it Basile Sambu? Let me know, of course, by your answers. Only a couple of more people left to answer. 30 odd seconds to go. A lot of people straight in with that one, of course. Obviously, it being most recent time, so it's probably a little bit more memorable for people because it's recent. 1 person, I think it is, left to answer, or a couple of people left to answer. There you go. It was, of course, Anton Donker. 17 people getting that one right. 3 people going for David Hanan, 1 person going for Basile Sambu, and 1 person going for Ellis Sims. But it was, of course, Anton Doncourt. Let's see how the top 5 has been affected. It hasn't. Everybody still says the same. Aiden and Kev, however, are back with an answer seek of 3. So well done to Aiden and Kev. On to question number 30. Who is this? There you go. Who is that? Is it A, Luke Garbett? Is it B, Anton Peterlin? Is it C, Conor McElhaney? Or is it D, Adam Forshaw? Again, players of fairly recent time. Obviously not as recent as the last question, but certainly of recent time. So let's see how many people can get this one right. 70 seconds to go. I'm sure when it loads up and everybody starts to get the question through, I'm sure a lot of people will have the answer to this one. There you go. Is it A, Luke Garbett? Is it B, Conor McElhaney? Is it C, Anton Peterlin? Or is it D, Adam Forshaw? Get your answers in, of course, in the on Kahoot. If you've joined late, you can still join the quiz. Trying a big task for anybody that's joining late. If you can get into the top 5 from this position, then you deserve the absolute world. But you can go over to the Kahoot website, or you can download the Kahoot app on the App Store or on the Android store, and you can simply put in our game pin of 514016 to get involved, of course. So a couple of people left to answer. Who is that? Is it Luke Garbett, Anton Peterlin, Conor McElhaney, or Adam Forshaw? Get your answers in, of course. There you go. It was, of course, B, Anton Peterlin. 12 people getting that one right. 8 people actually going for Adam Forshaw. 2 people going for Conor McElhaney, and nobody going for Luke Garbett. But 12 people getting that one right. Alex now has a streak of 18 correct answers in a row and sits firmly at the top of the table by nearly 4,000 points. So running away with it a little bit now. Strach obviously had a massive win streak before, or correct answer streak if you like, and now Alex has taken over that, and he has got a massive answer streak. So anyway, question number 31. Everton, Norwich, Huddersfield, Birmingham. This obviously is the career paths round. So which player started at Everton or went from Everton to Norwich, and then from Norwich to Huddersfield, and from Huddersfield to Birmingham? Was it Stephen Naismith? Was it James Vaughan? Was it Jermaine Beckford? Or was it Victor Anichebe? Get your comments in. So this round is, of course, the career paths round. Only 20 questions left. We'll have 10 career path questions and then 10 squad number questions. So which player went from Everton to Norwich, from Norwich to Huddersfield, and then from Huddersfield to Birmingham? Was it Stephen Naismith? Was it James Vaughan? Was it Jermaine Beckford? Or was it Victor Anichebe? Get your answers in on the Kahoot app, of course. 50 seconds to go. Let's see how many people can get this one correct. A lot of popular names there amongst Evertonians. A lot of players as well, and I'm sure a lot of people don't know their career paths. There are a couple that I specifically know that aren't right there, but of course it was James Vaughan. There you go. Grew up an Evertonian, of course. I think he was the youngest player to score in the Premier League. Certainly for Everton, he might still be the youngest player to score in the Premier League at 16 years old, only a couple of days old, but it was, of course, James Vaughan. 20 people getting that one right. One person going for Victor Anichebe, but 20 people getting it right. It was James Vaughan. Victor Anichebe going to West Brom, I believe, after he left Everton. Alex remaining on the top of the leaderboard there with a 19 correct answer streak. Absolutely mental by Alex there. Fantastic to see. Question number 32 anyway. From Everton to Man City and from Manchester City to West Brom. Who was that? Was it John Stones? Was it Sylvain Distin? Was it Joleon Lescott? Or was it Richard Dunn? Who had that career path out of those Everton, ex-Everton players there? Who went from the Blues to Manchester City, across the Northwest, and then down to the Midlands to West Brom? Was it John Stones? Was it Sylvain Distin? Was it Joleon Lescott? Or was it Richard Dunn? Get your answers in, of course. A couple of people getting in. Remember, the quicker that you get your answers in, the more points that you will get. Of course, if you get a correct answer, fantastic, you'll get points. But the quicker you get your answer in, the more points that you will get as well. And as far as I'm aware, you don't actually lose points for putting a wrong answer. So if it gets to 10-15 seconds before the question runs out and you haven't put in an answer, simply just bang an answer in, have a guess, and who knows, you might get it right. But there you go, waiting on a couple of people, still 35 seconds left. Who had that career path? Was it John Stones, Joleon Lescott, Sylvain Distin, or Richard Dunn? It was, of course, Joleon Lescott. 17 people getting that one right. One person going for John Stones and 3 people going for Richard Dunn, but it was, of course, Joleon Lescott. Leaving Everton for Manchester City, won a couple of league titles at Manchester City, and then went to West Brom before, and I think he's ended his career. He's definitely ended at the top level anyway. Toffee Blue says being sneaky with this one. There you go. Let's see how the leaderboard has been affected. Strack Attack has dropped down to 3rd. Welsh Toff stepping up to 2nd on 32,442 points. Big Sam's Gravy making a comeback with 3 in a row there, but Alex still sitting firmly on top. Question number 33. Who had that career path? Everton, Norwich, and then from Norwich to Wolves. Was it John Ruddy? Was it Marcus Hanneman, who obviously we've just seen before? Was it Stephen Naismith? Or was it James Vaughan, who went from Everton to Norwich and then from Norwich to Wolverhampton Wanderers? Get your answers in, of course. Let's see how many people can get this one right. Was it John Ruddy? Was it Marcus Hanneman? 2 goalkeepers there. Was it Stephen Naismith? Or was it James Vaughan? Let's see how many people can get that one correct. Don't forget, if you're joining us late, you still can get involved with the quiz. Obviously, bearing in mind that, the top 5s are, looking quite hard to achieve, but nothing's unachievable in life. You can still get into it. Get over to the Kahoot app or the Kahoot website and enter the code 514016 to get involved with the quiz, of course. Waiting on a couple of people there. Who had that career path? Was it who went from Everton to Norwich and then from Norwich to Wolves? Was it John Ruddy? Was it Stephen Naismith? Was it Marcus Hanneman? Or was it James Vaughan? There you go. It was, of course, John Ruddy, growing up in the Everton Academy and then leaving for Norwich and then leaving for Wolves. Everybody getting that right there. All 21 people getting that one right. So I dare say there'll be no changes unless some people got it quicker than others. No changes to the top 5. However, Kuko now on a strong streak of 21 correct answers in a row. I hope you're not cheating. I hope you're not Googling. I hope you're not asking anybody. Not saying that you are, but I hope you're not, because that is a fantastic streak. Anyway, question number 34. Who went from Club Bruges to Wigan, and then who did Everton sign from Wigan? Was it Christian Atsu, Aruna Kone, Antolin Alcaraz, or Joel Robles? All in and around the Roberto Martinez era, of course. Who did Wigan sign from Club Bruges, and then ultimately Everton sign from Wigan. Get your answers in there. Christian Atsu, number 1. Number 2, Aruna Kone. Number 3, Antolin Alcaraz. Or number 4, Joel Robles. Let's see how many people can get this one right. Of course, don't forget to leave the stream a like. Don't forget to leave the quiz a like if you're not enjoying it so far as well. If you're watching live, if you're just spectating, or even if you're taking part but spectating as well, give the stream a like. It really, really does mean a massive, massive amount to us. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. It does only take a second if you haven't already. And follow all of the social medias. You can see them on the right hand side there. The Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram as well. Get in the live comments as well if you're watching live. Waiting for another person here. Everton, who went from, Club Brugge to Wigan and then to Everton. It was, of course, Antolin Alcaraz. I'm sure, without trying to be too nasty, I'm sure we all hoped that Wigan would have kept hold of Alcaraz, but they didn't. We ended up signing him. He ended up having about 7 stinkers, and then we let him go, of course. But it was Antolin Alcaraz. 11 people getting that one right. 10 people going for Aruna Kone. Nobody going for any of the other two, but it was, of course, Alcaraz. There you go. Top 5 still remaining the same. Still all getting points. Still all answering correctly, of course, which is fantastic to see. 3 players have reached an answer streak of 4, which is also fantastic. On to the next one. Won't waste any time. 15 questions to go. Who had that career path? West Ham to Everton, and then Everton to Galatasaray. Was it Henry Onyekuru? Was it Lucas Neal? Was it Kevin Morales? Or was it Enner Valencia? Get your answers in, on the Kahoot app, on the Kahoot website, of course. Who had that career path? Who did Everton sign from West Ham? And then who ultimately did we decide to sell to Turkish side Galatasaray? Was it Henry Onyekuru? Was it Lucas Neal? Was it Kevin Morales? Or was it Enner Valencia? Get your answers in, of course. Leave a like on the stream if you're enjoying as well. Couple of answers there, a couple of tricky ones there. Definitely players that I think will confuse a couple of people, or might confuse a couple of people. But who had that career path specifically? 17 people had their answers in so far. Still 40 seconds to go, of course, so no rush whatsoever. But get your answers in. It was, of course, there you go, Lucas Neal. 13 people getting that one right. 8 people going for Enner Valencia, which was one of the trick ones in there. Henry Onyekuru, another trick one, of course. He left Everton for Galatasaray, but we didn't sign him from West Ham. Lucas Neal, obviously the correct answer there. Enner Valencia did play for West Ham, but I don't think we sold him to Galatasaray, and we only had him on loan, I believe. There you go, 13 people getting that one right. Alex now with a top streak of 23 correct answers in a row, and somebody has managed to break the top 5. Boss, brilliant. Tom McGee has joined the top 5, slotted in a 5th there with 31,721 points. Absolutely fantastic for Tom there. On to the next question anyway. Who had this career path? Bayern to Cologne and then to Everton. So who spent some time in Germany and then ultimately ended up in the English League at, of course, the Blues that we all know and love, Everton Football Club. Was it A, Thomas Hitzelsberger? Was it B, Mo Besic? Was it C, Stefan Vessels? Or was it D, Cenk Tosun? So who spent a little bit of time in Germany and then ultimately ended up at Everton Football Club? Was it A, Thomas Hitzelsberger? What a player he was in his prime, by the way. I remember we signed him probably a little bit too late in his career. I remember him turning round on the halfway line and smacking one from the halfway line and hitting the crossbar, and I was like, oh my god, this fella's unbelievable. Was it B, Mo Besic? Was it C, Stefan Vessels? Or was it D, Cenk Tosun? Obviously a couple of couldn't Everton players there. But there you go. Who was it? 17 people with the answers in so far. A lot of people seeming to get this one right. Toffee Blue says, unbelievable form from Alex. Well done to Tom McGee for breaking the top 5. Spot on. Just waiting on a couple of more answers there. Who had that career path specifically? Was it Bayern, Cologne to Everton? It was, of course, Stefan Vessels. 17 people getting that one right. 8 people going for Thomas Hitzelsberger. They say probably because he was a German international, and obviously did spend a little bit of time over in Germany. But no, it was Stefan Vessels, of course. No changes in the top 5, as you can see there. Alex again adding to his answer streak of 24. On to question number 37. Who went from Anderlecht to Everton and then ultimately to Fulham? Was it Brian McBride? Was it Andy Johnson? Was it Thomas Rosiński? Or was it David Hernan? Who did Everton sign from Anderlecht and then ultimately sell to Fulham? Was it Brian McBride, Andy Johnson, Thomas Rosiński, or David Hernan? Get your answers in, of course. Some really, really good Everton players there. Some fantastic Everton memories, especially Andy Johnson. What a player he was, what a player. Specific memories, obviously the Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, scoring those 2 goals, fantastic. Game that was one of the most recent Merseyside derbies that we've won, one of the only Merseyside derbies that we've won in my lifetime. At Goodison Park, of course, Thomas Rosicky, remember him growing up as well. So who had that career path? Anderlecht to Everton, and then ultimately Everton to Fulham. Waiting on a couple of more answers. Yeah, let's see how many people can get this one right. Let's see if there is any changes to the top 5. Of course. There we go. Anderlecht to Everton, Everton to Fulham. It was, of course, Thomas Rosicky. 18 people getting that one right. A lot of people knowing the answer to that one. Only 2 people going for another answer, and it was, of course, David Hernan. That wasn't correct. I think we sold David Hernan to a team in a different country. It was, of course, Thomas Rosicky. Let's see if there's been any changes to the top 5. Tom McGee has made a valiant comeback. He has stepped up to 4th place, currently on 34,338 points. Dave S with an answer streak of 3 as well. Fantastic for Dave S there. Remember, you still can get involved. Only about 15 questions to go, but you still can get involved. If you head over to the Kahoot app or the Kahoot website and you enter our code 514016, you will be able to get involved. So question number 38 of 50. Couple of more questions in the career path set of questions. Who went from Everton to Birmingham, and then from Birmingham back to Everton, and then ultimately on to Sunderland? Was it James Vaughan? Was it Aidan McGeady? Was it James McFadden? Or was it Victor Anichebe? So who had a spell of a couple of times at Everton Football Club, going from Everton to Birmingham, back to Everton, and then ultimately to Sunderland? Was it James Vaughan? Was it Aidan McGeady? Was it James McFadden? Or was it Victor Anichebe? Let's see how many people can get that one right again. Another couple of memorable names in there. Victor Anichebe, super sub, always used to come on and bag a goal, didn't he, when we needed him. Didn't do fantastically well when he was started, but he did always come on and bang a goal exactly when we needed him. James McFadden, of course, don't know if you've seen yesterday, it was the Premier League tweeted out a video of James McFadden. What a rocket of a goal he scored some years ago yesterday. Fantastic player, scored enough worldy goals as well. McGeady, brief spell at Everton, of course, and then James Vaughan. There you go. It was, of course, James McFadden. 16 people getting that one right there. 4 people going for Victor Anichebe, who did, I believe, end up at Sunderland. But it was James McFadden. 16 people getting that one right. Trente is back with an answer streak of 3 and a couple of changes in the top 5. Sakatak slowly climbing back up into 2nd place with 40,709 points. And Murph there coming into 5th with 35,408 points. Question number 39. Another player who come from Everton, left Everton and then rejoined. Who went from Everton to Derby and then to Everton? Was it Lee Carsley? Was it Leon Osman? Was it James Vaughan? Or was it Kieran Agard? Kieran Agard, a memorable name there. So who went from Everton to Derby County and then from Derby County back to Everton? Was it Lee Carsley? Was it James Vaughan? Was it Leon Osman? Or was it Kieran Agard? Get your answers in, of course. About a minute to go on that one. Bear with me just 2 seconds. There we go. People getting their answers in, flying answers in. Now, a lot of people seeming to get their answers in quickly on these questions. Remember, you still can get involved for the last 10 questions of the quiz. If you head over to the Kahoot app, put in our code 514016, you will be able to get involved. A massive thanks to everybody for getting involved already. A massive thanks to everybody who is doing the quiz. Currently around about 20 people on the quiz. A fantastic turnout. So a massive thanks to everybody. If you're watching the live stream as well and you're getting involved in the live comments, a massive thank you to everybody for getting involved in the live comments. Please do leave the stream a like if you're enjoying, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and follow all of the social accounts as well. It's been fantastic support today. The answer to that one, of course, was Leon Osman. 16 people getting that one right. 2 people going for Kieran Agard and 2 people going for Lee Carsley, but it was, of course, Leon Osman there. See if there's been any changes. Steele making a comeback with 3 in a row, but no changes to the top 5 other than that. Question number 40. 10 questions left. Last one of the career path questions. Who went from Everton to Sunderland and then from Sunderland to Wigan? Was it Victor Anichebe? A. Victor Anichebe. Was it B. Darren Gibson? Was it C. Brian Oviedo? Or was it D. James McFadden? Get your answers in. Who went from Everton to Sunderland and then from Sunderland to Wigan? Was it Victor Anichebe? Was it Darren Gibson? Was it Brian Oviedo? Or was it James McFadden? Let's see how many people can get this one right. Let's see if in the last 10 questions there can be any changes to the leaderboard. Can Strack potentially, get back up into the top place, or will the top 5 remain as it is currently? A massive valiant effort from the people in the top 5 so far to keep their places. Of course, Alex doing fantastically well as well, considering the streak he's on, and obviously remaining in first position. So who went from Everton to Sunderland and then from Sunderland to Wigan? Was it Victor Anichebe, Darren Gibson, Brian Oviedo, or James McFadden? Let's see how many people can get this one right. Waiting for a couple of answers now before the answer is revealed. Here we go. Who was it? Anichebe, Oviedo, Darren Gibson, or James McFadden? Let's see. Waiting on one person who's pondering their answer, wondering which answer to give. Everton to Sunderland and then from Sunderland to Wigan. It was, of course, Darren Gibson. 16 people getting that one right. 2 people going for Victor Anichebe, 1 person going for Brian Oviedo, and 2 people going for James McFadden. But it was, of course, Darren Gibson with 16 people getting that one right. Alex again remaining at the top of the leaderboard. No change in the top 5 there. 4 players currently have a streak, an answer streak of 4 though, so well done to those 4 players. Next, number 41, first question of the squad number conundrum questions. Seamus Coleman's squad number in the 2009-2010 season was it A, 23, was it B, 30, was it C, 32, or was it D, 31? So, obviously we know Seamus is number 23 now, but has he always been number 23? Has he always been number 23, or did he change his squad number early on in his Everton career? So, was it A, 23, was it B, 30, was it C, 32, or was it D, 31? Get your answers in, of course, in the on Kahoot. If you're joining, if you're watching live, big thank you for all of the support, and of course if you're getting involved, a massive thank you for all of the support as well. 17 people currently with the answers there. Let's see how many people can get this one right, and let's see within the final 10 questions whether there can be any major changes to the leaderboard. So Seamus Coleman's squad number in the 2009-2010 season, was it A, 23, was it B, 30, was it C, 32, or was it D, 31? Of course. Let's see how many people can get this right. 18 answers in so far, waiting on a couple of more people, of course. Obviously Seamus now famous for wearing the number 23 shirt, but the question is, did he always wear that shirt? Did he once don the number 30 shirt, a little bit like Richarlison did last year? Did he have the 32 shirt? Did he have the 31 shirt? He did. The answer, of course, was D, 31. 11 people getting that one right. The majority of people knowing that one. 3 people going for 30, 4 people going for 32, and 3 people believing that he sticked at 23 throughout his entire Everton career. But he was number 31 in the 2009-2010 season, so well done to all of those that got that one correct. Jonesy coming into the top 5 now on 38,309 points. Alex still keeping his place at the top of the table, of course, and Welsh Top 90 is back with an answer streak of 3. On to the next question now. 8 questions remaining. Brian Oviedo's squad number in the 2016-17 season, was it number 8? Was it number 28? Was it number 18? Or was it number 20? Obviously, Brian having the number 8 shirt when he ended his Everton career, but did he always have his number 8 shirt? During the 2016-17 season, was Brian Oviedo number 8, number 28, number 18, or number 20? Let's see what people are believing. About a minute to answer that one, of course. Let's see if there can be any drastic changes to the top 5. We're seeing a few changes here and there, so it's not impossible to break into it. Obviously, we've seen Jonesy break into it. We've seen Tom McGee before break into it as well. So, we're seeing a couple of people breaking into it, so it's not impossible. Remember,
The quicker that you answer the question, the more points that you will get. So if you answer the question instantly, you will get more points than those that answer the question a little bit later. I don't believe you lose points for an incorrect answer. So if you've got 5, 10 seconds left and you really don't know the answer, just have a little guess at one, because the likelihood is you're not going to lose any points. Just waiting on a couple of more answers, of course. Brian Oviedo's squad number, it was, of course, number 20. His squad number in the 2016-17 season. 11 people getting that one right. One person going for number 28. 8 people going for number 8, of course, which was the number that he's probably most famous for having. But it wasn't. It was, of course, number 20. There has been a change in the top 5. Jonesy climbing up to 4th on 39,600 points. And Alex has a massive streak of 30 correct answers in a row. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. As John says there, massive thank you to all for taking part in the quiz tonight. The support is always appreciated. Massive thank you to everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram as well. And if you want to go and check me out, I run the Mighty Blues. Go and check us out. It's just the Mighty Blues on YouTube and Mighty Blues YT on Twitter. So if you want to go and check me out where you can find me elsewhere, go and check me out there. I'm sure John won't mind me saying that. Anyway, question number 43. Nikola Vlasic's squad number in the 2017-18 season. Was it number 28? Was it number 27? Was it number 29? Or was it number 26? Get your answers in. Nikola Vlasic, what squad number did he don for the 2017-18 season? Was it number 28? Was it number 27? Was it number 29 or was it number 26? If you're watching live, by the way, please do hit that like button. It only does take a second. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. 4 answers so far. Still around about a minute to go. Let's see how many people can get this one correct. What squad number, did Nikola Vlasic have in the 2017-18 season? Was it number 28? Was it number 29? Was it number 27? Or was it number 26? Be interesting to see people's answers, of course, for this one. Just waiting on a couple of more answers. 30 seconds remaining, so no massive rush, of course. But remember, for every single question, the quicker you answer the question, the more points that you will get as well. There you go, of course. The answer was 27. 19 people getting that one right. Only one person getting that one wrong, going for number 29. But it was, of course, number 27. No changes in the top 5 there. Everybody getting that one right in the top 5 and in fairly quick fashion as well. 3 in a row for Drenthe. Drenthe is back in the game with 3 in a row. On to question number 44. 6 questions to go. What number does Yannick Bolasie currently wear for Sporting Lisbon? So there you go. A current question. A question of current time. And obviously not one related to Everton directly. It is related to Everton, obviously, because it's Yannick Bolasie, but not in terms of Everton number. So what number does Yannick Bolasie currently wear for Sporting Lisbon? Remember, no cheating, no Googling, no asking your friends. Is it A, number 89? Is it B, number 7? Is it C, number 14? Or is it D, number 70? What number does Yannick Bolasie currently wear for Sporting Lisbon? Alex has ran away with it. You're absolutely spot on. He's got an unbelievable streak and he's getting every question right. If he's getting these right off general knowledge and off the top of his head, then I'm absolutely amazed, and a massive well done to Alex, who's had a phenomenal run at it today. Obviously, Strax had a phenomenal run as well. A couple of other people in the top 5 that have been consistently in there. Jonesy consistently in there as well, but Alex has just been a level above anybody. So just waiting for 4 more answers there. 30 seconds to go. What number does Yannick Bolasie currently wear for Sporting Lisbon? Is it A, 89? Is it B, 7? Is it C, 14? Or is it D, number 70? Get your answers in, of course, and we'll receive the answer. The answer, of course, is number 89. A little bit of a mad one, that. Obviously, he wore number 7 for Everton, but he doesn't wear number 7 for Sporting Lisbon. He wears number 89. 9 people getting that one right. 7 people actually going for 70, which was the other sort of mad mental number, the other, massive number. I suppose for a lot of people it's probably a toss-up between those two, but it was number 89, and 9 people getting that one correct. So well done to those people. Alex staying at the top of the leaderboard with a streak of 32. Unbelievable by Alex there. And Tom McGee climbing up to 4th on 41,207 points. Question number 45. Dan Gosling's squad number in the 08-09 season was it number 19? Was it number 32? Was it number 28? Or was it number 33? Get your answers in. Let's see how many people can get this one. Dan Gosling, of course, very, very famous for scoring that Merseyside derby goal in the FA Cup. But what squad number did he wear in the 08-09 season? Was it A, number 19? Was it B, number 32? Was it C, number 28? Or was it D, number 33? Get your answers in, of course. 5 people getting their answers in so far. Still got about a minute to go. Massive, massive thank you for all of the support on the quiz so far as well. Really, really do appreciate all of the support. If you're watching on the YouTube as well, if you're watching the live stream, then please don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe as well. It does only take a second. Go and follow all the social media accounts as well that you can see on the right hand side of the quiz there. The answer to that one is, of course, number 32. 14 people getting that one right. 3 people going for 19 and 1 person each going for number 28 and number 33, but it was number 32. 14 people getting that one right. Of course, Bai is back with an answer streak of 3, and Kuko has climbed himself into the top 5. Scenes, absolutely scenes. Kuko has taken up a spec in the top 5 with only 5 questions to go on 42,035 points. 4 questions to go, sorry. Question number 46, Tony Hibbert's squad number in the 2003-2004 season. Was it number 28? Was it number 2? Was it number 22? Or was it number 32? Get your answers in. Obviously, another Everton hero, of course, famously didn't score a goal for Everton, a competitive goal for Everton, but did score in his testimonial, which ultimately led to, obviously, fans getting on the pitch and rioting and doing all sorts of madness. But what number did he wear in the 2003-2004 season? Was it number 28? Was it number 2? Was it number 22? Or was it number 32? Obviously, we know famously wore number 2 for a while, but did he wear it in 03-04 season? Get your answers in. About 6 people left to answer. 40 seconds to go. Remember, the quicker you answer, the more points that you get, and obviously the more likely you are to break into that top 5. 1 more person left to answer. Let's see how many people can get this one right. Tony Hibbert's squad number in 03-04 season was number 28. There you go. 10 people getting that one right. 6 people going for number 22. 2 people going for number 2. And 2 people going for number 32. But it was, of course, number 28. 10 people getting that one right. Massive congratulations, Alex. Again, steaming through as per usual with a current streak of 34 correct answers in a row, which is absolutely fantastic. On to question number 47. What was Thomas Hitzelsperger's Everton squad number? Was it A, number 20? Was it B, number 4? Was it C, number 16? Or was it D, number 28? What was Thomas Hitzelsperger's Everton squad number? Get your answers in, of course, like I mentioned before. And I remember Thomas Hitzelsperger obviously playing at Goodison Park, famously turned round about 60 yards from goal and smacked one, and it absolutely rocketed onto the bar. It was a fantastic, fantastic effort. But what was his squad number for Everton? Was it A, number 20? Was it B, number 4? Was it C, number 16? Or was it D, number 28? Let's see how many people can get this one right. It's crunch time now. Only a couple of more questions to go. Obviously, everybody getting involved in the quiz, which is fantastic to see, and the support is absolutely fantastic to see. 16 people currently answering, 4 people left to answer. Still got about 30 seconds to go, so no real rush. Take your time, but remember, the quicker you answer, the more points that you do get. Thomas Hitzelsperger's Everton squad number, was it number 20? Was it number 4? Was it number 16? Or was it number 28? If only Hitzelsperger scored that goal. Exactly, if only. What a finish that would have been. What an absolutely unbelievable strike that would have been if he would have scored that goal. 1 more person left to answer. 8 seconds left. Best get it in quickly before the timer runs out. There we go. It was number 18. It was number 16, sorry. The majority of people getting that one right. 18 people getting that one right. 1 person going for number 4 and 1 person going for number 28. But it was, of course, number 16. 18 people getting that one right. Alex continuing his streak on 35, but otherwise nobody breaking in to the top 5. So, a couple of questions left. Slaven Bilic's Everton squad number in the 97-98 season. Was it number 5? Was it number 28? Was it number 4? Or was it number 25? What was Slaven Bilic's Everton squad number in the 1997 to 1998 season? Let's see how many people can get this one right. And let's see if anybody can knock Alex off his perch. Let's see if Alex can continue his streak in the last couple of questions, of course. Don't forget, if you're watching the stream, then please do leave a like. It really does mean a massive amount to me. If you're new to the channel as well, don't forget to subscribe. It means a massive amount to us. Follow us on our social accounts as well. They are to the right hand side of me there. About 7 people left to answer. Slaven Village's Everton squad number in the 97-98 season. Was it number 5? Was it number 28? Was it number 4 or was it number 25? It was, of course, number 28. 10 people getting that one right. Well done to those 10 people. 8 people going for number 25 and 1 person going for number 4, but it was number 28, of course. Stiel is back in the game with 3 in a row, and Jonesy has climbed back into the top 4, with 43,290 points. Penultimate question of today's quiz. What was Richard Dunne's squad number in the 1996-1997 season? Was it A4? Was it B24? Was it C6? Or was it D27? What was Richard Dunne's squad number in the 1996-1997 season? Get your answers in, of course. A couple of more questions to go. Let's see if there can be any massive changes in these last couple of questions. What was Richard Dunne's squad number in the 1996-1997 season? Was it A4? Was it B24? Was it C6? Or was it D27? Get your answers in. Answers flying in now. A little bit of a popular one. Let's see how many people can get that one right. Big well done to obviously everybody getting involved. Loaded username, Welsh Toffee. Hello Cam getting involved as well. Load of people getting involved. So well done to everybody. A couple of more people left to answer this question. The penultimate question of today's quiz. What was Richard Dunne's squad number for Everton in the 1996-1997 season? Was it A4? Was it B24? Was it C6? Or was it D27? It was, of course, D27. Congratulations to the 10 people that got that one right. Alex remaining at the top of the leaderboard. Murph coming into the top 5 there with 44,023 points. And Dave S back in the game with 3 in a row. Final question of today's quiz. What was Stuart Barlow's squad number in the 1993-1994 season? Was it A18, B19, C22 or D28? Final question. Let's see if there can be any changes in the top 5. Let's see if Alex can continue his massive streak, and let's see if he can remain at the top in the final question. I think he probably will due to the gap that's left. But final question. What was Stuart Barlow's squad number in the 1993-1994 season? Was it 18? Was it 19? Was it 22? Or was it 28? Let me know your answers. 12 people currently getting their answers in. 50 seconds to go, of course. Don't forget to leave the stream a like if you're watching. Thank you to everybody for getting involved as well. Really do appreciate all of the support. 6 people left to answer the final question of today's ultimate Big Everton quiz. Let's see how many answers we get right. Let's see. Toby said, massive round of applause for your host of the night. What a job Cam has done for us. Thanks for coming on, Cam, and thanks for all of you for tuning in. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate that. Really does mean a massive amount to me. Absolutely no problem. Love doing this sort of stuff. But the biggest news, let's see who's won the quiz. Let's see who's got this final answer right. A couple of more people left to answer. Only 10 seconds. Remember, if you don't know the answer, simply guess it. You won't lose any points for guessing it, and you may gain points. So simply guess it. A couple of more seconds to go. There you go. The answer was number 19. 12 people getting that one right. 5 people going for number 22. 1 person going for number 28. And 2 people going for number 18. So 12 people getting that one right. 19 was Stuart Barlow's squad number in the 93-94 season. Let's see how that affects the final table. Here is your final top 5 or top 3, the podium. 44 out of 50 was Welsh Toff. 90 in 3rd. Sakatak in 2nd with 47 out of 50. And in 1st with 57,940 points. It was, of course, Alex with 48 out of 50 answers correct, which is absolutely bonkers absolutely bonkers. And if you've done that legitimately and you you haven't Googled or you haven't looked up any of the answers, then that is absolutely bonkers. So big congratulations to Alex, who won today's quiz with a massive 57,940 points and 48 correct answers out of 50. Congratulations also to Strack Attack coming into second with 47 out of 50 and 56,601 points. And big congratulations to Welsh Toff coming in a third there with 49,708 points and 44 answers out of 50, which is still absolutely magnificent. And a massive thank you to everybody for getting involved in today's live stream, in today's quiz. It really does mean a massive amount to us. I just want to take this time to thank the Toffee Blues for allowing me to come on and host this quiz. Hopefully you'll see me a little bit more in the future. I had a load of fun. Big congratulations to the top three, and specifically Alex as the winner as well. Like I said before, if you do want to check me out, my YouTube channel is The Mighty Blues. Simply search The Mighty Blues and you'll be able to find me. It's at Mighty Blues YT on Twitter and Mighty Blues EFC on Instagram. So if you want to go and check me out, I really would appreciate that one. Don't forget to check out all of the Toffee Blues links, all of the Toffee Blues social medias as well, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like as well. And if you're watching after the stream, if you're watching after the quiz, leave your comments and maybe play along in the comment section down below of the YouTube video and see how many you can get right without skipping and finding out the answers. So big thanks to everybody for getting involved. Massive thanks for everybody in the live comments on YouTube, and a massive thanks to everybody in the quiz chat as well. That's going to do it for today. Big thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you soon on the Toffee Blues. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.